Whether you drive or not, you've most likely seen people that make you wonder how on earth they got their driving license. Seriously, man. Some people should not be allowed on the road or near a car, and I mean never. It makes you wonder about the cloak and dagger deals going on at the not so reputable driving centres. So here is a list of the 5 worst types of drivers I have come across, in my opinion. The first culprit on this list is what I like to call the Sunday driver. And no, not because it's someone who only drives on Sundays or wears those stereotypical old man driving gloves. It's someone who drives the same fucking speed all the time. Regardless of what the speed limit is, they just drive at whatever speed they want. You might be thinking, mate, how's that a problem? They're just going to speed away from you, and yeah, I would agree with you if they didn't drive so bloody slowly. For example, the speed limit could be 60 miles an hour, and they insist on doing a steady 40 constantly. Guess what? You're now stuck behind them being held up because they only want to do 2/3 of the speed limit. What the fuck, man? This is what a normal person sees, and this is what a Sunday driver sees. Even if a person on their driving test did this shit, they would get marked down for lack of progress. If the road conditions allow, you should be doing on or near the speed limit, not just over half of it. Anyway, the next thing you know, the speed limit is now 30 miles an hour. And do they adhere to that? Of course not. They disappear into the distance, mugging you right off. So not only have they slowed you up and made you pissed, they now get to their destination first, way before everyone they were just holding up. Unbelievable. The next pillar of the driving community is that person who always seems to pull out quickly.
Giggity.
And no, I'm not talking about almost getting your girlfriend pregnant.
Giggity.
Just as you're coming around the bend, they see you and absolutely floor it in order to get out onto the same road as you. It's like, why were you waiting for a car to be driving towards you before pulling out? But most of the time I'm like, this isn't too bad. Since they floored it, they're going to drive fast, right? No. They then drive as slow as a treacherous Sunday driver. Fucking genius. Not only did they almost cause you to crash, they also give you the pleasure of being stuck behind them for God knows how long. Prick. Number 3 on this list is a special half-brother of number 2 that nobody talks about. This driver is somebody that doesn't know what a stop line is or even where they should actually stop. So you're just driving along an A road, minding your own business, when another car arrives at a B road junction. Now they don't pull out in front of you, they just leave half of the car in the road, forcing you to swerve into the other lane. Are they completely blind or just a bell end? Definitely the latter. The stop line is essentially a box, just like a parking space. Do you leave half of your car outside the parking spot? Of course not. But these types of drivers are oblivious. Now I know the main reason for this is they're trying to force you to let them out. But whenever someone does this to me, the last thing I'm going to do is let them out. They can stay stuck at the junction for acting like their shit is made of gold. Now, this driver is what probably everyone has been at some point or another, right? That driver is one that is lost, which is expected. Everyone gets lost at some point or another, and that's not what I'm annoyed at. What pisses me off is the way some people drive when they're lost. It's mental. They have no respect for anyone else and are blissfully ignorant of what's behind them. You hear me? It's obvious you're behind someone who is lost. Their driving becomes erratic. They speed up, slow down, and falsely indicate. What I don't get is, why do that? It will literally take seconds to pull over. When you have so many people behind you that you could be arrested for human trafficking, it's time to pull over for fuck's sake. Look at Google Maps. Ask for directions, or whatever. Just don't drive around like a sadistic schizophrenic who has bipolar. The last driver on this list is the holy grail of being a dick on the road. I call them the mighty straight line warrior. You can guess their behaviour from the name I give them. They're the drivers who put their foot to the floor on the straights, but as soon as they reach even this slight bend, they slam on the brakes and you catch right back up to them. Really, man, it's infuriating. I don't really have a problem with them speeding down the straights or whatever, but come on, man, why do they have to crawl around the corners? It makes it practically impossible to overtake them. It's not like I drive ridiculously fast or anything, it's just they end up going so slow around each bend. This is the main reason why they're my number 1 hated driver. Every other driver I have mentioned can either be overtaken or somewhat avoided. The Sunday driver can be overtaken on the straights. The little shits who pull out in front of you can also be overtaken on the straights, and the people who leave half of their car on the road can be driven around. As for the person who is lost, just wait until they slow down. However, with the straight line warrior it's different, as they go into bloody drag race mode whenever you could possibly get by them. In conclusion, here is the list of the 5 bastards that I hate. You got the ever slow Sunday driver. You got the contraceptive pull-out guy or girl. You got the person who only gives you just a tip. Imagine that at the restaurant, actually, just a tip. Anyway, and then you got Jack, who's fucking lost all the time, the little shit. And then you got that lovely fucker drag queen bastard.